Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. I figured we would do a watch party and see if Cardano here is flirting. I mean, it's around that $1.50 mark. So let's see what happens. I'm just gonna post this in a few different places, and we will jump in. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna do a short look at ADA primarily, and we'll keep an eye on Ethereum as well. But ADA is currently at 151. Okay, it's currently at 151, so it is sort of moving up here. And if we look on the daily, if we look at ADA on the daily, you can see it. I mean, it's getting back up to the top of this. You know, if we just looked at daily closes before, we're already above it. Okay, so hopefully this is more than just a wick. In hindsight, hopefully it's nothing more than just it's more than just a wick. But you can see right now we are trying to break above. And I mean, the current all-time high for ADA is still a few cents higher than where we currently are. So we still have a little ways to go, but it is, I mean, ADA is looking relatively bullish at the moment. So maybe it's finally going to relinquish its stablecoin status, but we will, we'll be the judge of that, once we see this one play out. And Ethereum, I mean, Ethereum still looks relatively good. I mean, the Ethereum tsunami, I think is just going to continue most likely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green days in a row, one red, another green, and we're currently in this one, which right now it's red, but I mean, we still have a long ways to go before, like 18 hours before the next close. So this one could flip green by that time. But yeah, I mean, ADA's looking relatively good right now, and I want to switch it. I want to switch this over to, say, a minute time frame so we can see what's going on. So that you can see this climb here from like $1.46 relatively quickly to $1.51. So I mean, it's moving up relatively quickly, and you can see even earlier. Earlier today, in fact, we were at $1.43. So ADA is climbing relatively quickly here. Yesterday we were at $1.37. Another time yesterday we were all the way down at less than $1.30. So ADA is looking really strong right now, and I wanted to just pull up a live stream so we can kind of keep tabs on is it going to put in a new all-time high? I mean, we still have a ways to go, of course, but we're not that far away. I mean, if we draw our line in the sand here, this would put ADA at a new all-time high if it can get above this level. So we're looking, I would say let's look for a $1.50, 1.571. So 1.571 would get us there, assuredly, at least on this exchange. How's everyone doing today? I imagine everyone's doing relatively well. So congratulations to everyone who's been holding their crypto and just watching it go up. I mean, yeah, Link's looking great. Ethereum's looking great. DOD, I mean, it's doing okay. It's not the worst. ADA's trying to put a new all-time high. ADA's trying to put a new all-time high. And we only really need to go from this level. We need to go up about 4% or 3.5%. So 3.5% from here. I'm glad you got ADA at 3 cents, Golden Eagle. I mean, this was, I mean, as we said, that was the time to buy, right? All right, we're at 152. So we have about 5 cents to go before a new all-time high. A modest 3.5%. Ethereum's looking relatively good too. I mean, you can see that this hesitation is now. I mean, you could argue that Ethereum finally hesitating here is allowing ADA to move some. Okay, as we said before, if Ethereum keeps putting in new all-time highs every single day, it's going to make it difficult for altcoins to put in new all-time highs. Ethereum's hesitating a little bit, and I mean, ADA's moving up. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. And if you guys are looking to earn interest on your ADA, check out the ITC stake pool. We actually have over $30 million worth of ADA in that stake pool now in about, I don't know, like 20 something days. So not too bad, $30 million of people delegating their ADA to the stake pool. Darren says, I love how huge ADA pumps for like 20 cents. Yeah, I mean, it has been somewhat stable recently, but remember, it was less than 2 cents 14 months ago. So you don't go from 2 cents to $1.52 without some major pumps along the way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, then you maybe you joined, maybe you got into ADA in February or March, and then you're just sort of experiencing what's happened in the last month or two. But it doesn't go from less than 2 cents to $1.52 without doing something amazing in 14 months. So yeah, I mean we've talked about the where we think ADA can go this cycle. I mean my general thoughts are probably between $5 to $10. Not I mean not necessarily in the next few months, but at some point later on down the cycle, I would not be necessarily surprised to see a $5 to $10 ADA. I think we're going to have some pretty big corrections along the way. Again, we're probably going to have 50% corrections along the way. So, imagine one day we go to like $3 and then correct back down to 150. Some people might be inclined to say, oh, well, the market cycle's over. But I don't think so. There's been a lot of evidence with prior cycles to show that 50%, Ethereum again had 60 and 70% corrections last market cycle and did not stop it from going up like 3,000x over like 2.5 years. So yeah, I mean, I think $5 to $10 is somewhat reasonable. $10 might be pushing it a bit, but I would say somewhere between 5 to 10 is my guess. I mean, this is just a guess. So I'm just reading the comments. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, we should hit a relative. Yeah, I mean, I'm having to talk quietly because all three of my kids are asleep, relatively close by, so we have to remember that. But I mean, if we keep moving up at this rate, it's not going to take that long for us to get there to a new all-time high. $1.522. Daniel says, "What am I writing in LaTeX?" It's like the premium newsletter stuff. That's what I do in LaTeX. If you guys see it down here. All right, we're at 1.253. Let's zoom back out here and look at this. So we've moved up a little. So now we just need to go up 3% to put in a new all-time high. So 3% move will give ADA a new all-time high, which we hit back on April 14th. Sorry, I'm just reading the questions. Yeah, guys. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of coins pumping, and I can't cover all of them. Didn't you guys know I have kids? Like they've even been on the stream before. You guys are acting like this is your first rodeo with me talking about the kids. I have three of them, three boys. Someone says no, don't look at ADA, you'll scare it. Hopefully not. Remember, when the dog's away, I would say when the dog's away, the cat will play. I mean, Bitcoin is. I mean, let's just go take a look. I mean, it's at 50. I guess it just pumped a little bit because it was just like a few minutes ago. It was, yeah. I mean, Wow. Let's. Bitcoin's moving a little bit here. So, Bitcoin has moved up about 1.2% in the last half hour because it was yeah. I mean, I was just looking at it like just before the live stream. It was at 56.8 and now it's at 57.5. So Bitcoin's actually making a little bit of a move here too, which kind of explains why Ethereum, was not necessarily able to break 3,500 now that Bitcoin is at least somewhat waking up. But ADA is still pushing up and pushing up relatively quickly. We are approaching 1.53. So, by the way, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up and check out the bull market sale for the premium list. You can find a link to that in the description below. We also have a Telegram channel. I remind you guys, if you guys want to check out the Telegram channel, I will post it for you. We have over 35,000 people. Remember, I will not message you first. So if someone messages you pretending to be me, just know that it's not me. All right, ADA is now at 153. So we are quickly approaching the prior all-time high. Now we just need to go up about 2.5%. So, we need to go up about 2.5% to get there. Just trying to figure out where we're going here. All right, we're moving up 1.534. And Bitcoin still, so I mean, ADA's moving. I mean, for sure, ADA's moving here. We're continuing to push higher, and hopefully, I mean, we've been sort of dealing with stablecoin status for the last 2.5 months. So, I mean, the dream is that a breakout will take us to the $2 threshold, and we'll have this sort of new paradigm shift for the valuation of ADA. We still have a little ways to go though, but that is the dream. Someone says ADA is the best stable coin. Yeah, let's check ADA ETH. Look at this wick right now. Um, this is a weekly candle. It's a weekly candle. And from the top of this candle to the bottom of the wick, it was down 16%. Now it's only down about 2%. So it is making, you know, a nice move here, right? It is making a relatively nice move. Eric says ADA is about to flip USDT. Is that true? It has a little ways to go. So you can see ADA's right now. ADA's at a $48 billion market cap. Tether's at $53 billion. So yeah, we still have a little ways to go. And in order to flip Tether, XRP, Doge, and Binance coin, it actually needs to do more than a 2x. So even if ADA went up 2x, it still would not flip BNB. So just to give you an idea of, I mean, it gives you an idea of how much BNB pumped over the last few months. So ADA would need to go up more than 2x to get above BNB, but BNB is also pumping now. I mean, you can see it's up 14% on the week. ADA is up about 16% on the week. ADA is up about 15% on the day, while BNB is up 3% on the day. So ADA still has a long way to go to get to 100 billion market capitalization. It's probably going to take more than a few days, regardless. Yeah. Am I surprised BNB has continued? Not necessarily. I mean, it's a bull market. Okay, so a lot of coins are gonna pump, and you know, I mean, it is representative of a pretty big influence in the space. Binance, you know, the Binance Smart Chain, etc. I'm not necessarily that surprised. No. I mean, of course, if you had asked me a couple months ago if I thought its valuation would be at 100 billion by May, I probably would have said no. So obviously, hindsight gives us an advantage here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily surprised. I mean, it'd be like if Ethereum were to go to 4K, I wouldn't be surprised. Like if ADA were to go to $2, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's a bull market. This is what bull markets do. The valuations go higher than you think they can. So no, I'm not necessarily surprised. And I mean, if Bitcoin were to go to 70K next month, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just a bull market. You know, you in a bull market, it's more so surprising when you do get the major, like, you know, the major 40% or 50% correction. That's what's more surprising when you see coins go up. That's sort of more of the expectation, because I mean, again, it is a bull market, and that's what coins do in a bull market, is they generally go up. I saw someone put a joke on my YouTube comments, and they wrote this: ADA, um, a dollar, a dollar, always. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was a funny comment. I do read a lot of the comments. I don't respond to a lot, just because you know, I'm usually just working on the next video. But I thought it was a pretty funny comment. You know, Donald says a dollar average. It's kind of funny. Like, there's so many people in the chat that don't like ADA. It's kind of funny to read them all. I don't care. I mean, everyone's obviously there's coins I don't like, so everyone's allowed to not like certain coins. All right, well, Ada's looking pretty good here. I mean, yeah, we pulled back a little bit. We're back down to $1.51 or so. But I think that, as I've said before, I think that in general, we're just sort of in this reaccumulation phase, like a very long reaccumulation phase. And in the grand scheme of what we've seen in prior market cycles, we haven't even been in the accumulation phase that long. I mean, this is only 2.5 months. Last cycle, we saw these things drag on for upwards of a year. Ethereum trended sideways for upwards of a year at one point. So, I mean, at this point, if we get a breakout here, we're somewhat fortunate that it wasn't a longer consolidation phase. But again, I mean, it's a little bit premature to be celebrating. Again, don't schedule those Forbes interviews quite yet, because again, this could just be a wick, and we could come right back down and nestle in back at a $1.20 for a few more weeks. So let's just take it one step at a time and see if we're actually able to decisively break above 150, have a closing candle, have a daily close above 150, and then continue up from there. Jared says, please say happy birthday to my mom. Happy birthday to Jared's mom. Alvaro says, can I do another Vechain video? Yeah, I'll try to do another Vechain video soon. We can look at it. Let's just go look at it. Let's look at Vechain ETH. It's kind of doing something similar to ADA, in fact. Like, if you think about it, like, you look at the similarities between Vechain ETH and ADA ETH, right? So over here, we have these, sort of local tops. We have these bottoms in these areas. And then you look at ADA ETH, and it's very similar. This is why you don't necessarily need like a ton of different altcoins, is because a lot of them behave in a very similar manner to each other. And so you can see that ADA ETH came all the way up here and it's dropped. So this drop currently is about 57%. For Vechain, I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's currently about 48.5%. But if we were to take a move from, say, the bottom to the top, Vechain ETH went up about 600%, whereas ADA ETH went up about 415%. So Vechain has slightly outperformed Ethereum recently. Vechain has slightly outperformed ADA against its valuation against Ethereum recently. Someone says, please tell the bears to leave ADA for just one day. So much resistance at this level, it's insane. You have to remember that a lot of people had a lot of time to buy ADA at like 3 cents and 4 cents. And so I feel like it's natural for there to be a lot of selling pressure. And if you bought it at 2 cents, which again, we were covering ADA on the channel at 2 cents. And so, it was there for more than just like a minute. But if you bought ADA at, say, 2 cents, then you're already looking at a 75x. Okay, so I think it's somewhat natural to see some levels of resistance as some people want to take profits, and there's nothing wrong with that. But because people like taking profits during the cycle, we get these reaccumulation phases where you have all this new buying pressure from new money coming into the space, which are basically offsetting the selling pressure. And then at some point, you have so many people that have made so much money that the selling pressure that they apply can no longer be offset by the new money buying power. And then that's when you get the major correction. But for now, as I've been saying for the last several weeks, it seems like ADA is actually, I mean, I feel like it looks pretty strong, considering how quickly it moved up into this level, and the fact that it's just moving sideways. I mean, if you look at, if you sort of zoom out, this was a crazy move from like 10 cents straight to $1.50. And instead of really having a major correction back down, we more or less just trended sideways, which to me is very, very bullish. Okay, I mean, this looks really good to me. Remember, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 360,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up. And remember, check out the premium list bull market sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. I'll post it in the comments. You can lock in the lower rate. We are going to be doing I'll probably do a video on some other coins we haven't talked about in a while soon, because we've talked about a few coins. Vechain is one we haven't talked about in a little while. Avalanche is another one we haven't talked about in a little while. And maybe we'll talk about a few other ones as well. Like, we put out a dot video earlier. It's just, when the coin goes sideways, when they go sideways for a really long period of time, it's hard. It's hard just saying the same thing over and over and over. So dot has generally just been moving sideways for quite some time, and ADA's been going sideways as well, but ADA's move was more impressive than dot's, because ADA went up like 75x. Dot's up about 10x, 10 to 15x or so from where it came from. So obviously there's a lot more interest in ADA, because a lot of people have made a ton of money on ADA. And I mean, yeah, people have made money on DOT too, because a lot of people were able to buy it before it was listed on the open markets. So these people had the most to gain. So they were already up even when it listed at $3. So now that it's at $30, they're in a lot of money too, just like a lot of people who bought ADA at 2 cents, or people that bought Polkadot at lower prices as well before it was listed. How do I feel about Monero? Yeah, I like Monero. I think it's a good project. I don't cover it a whole lot, because, my position in Monero is kind of tiny, to be completely honest. Like, it's tiny compared to my other positions, so I just don't have as much interest in talking about it as quite as much. But I do like Monero, and as far as if you want to have some type of like privacy hedge in your portfolio, Monero is probably a decent, a good choice. All right, guys. Anything cheaper than ADA that you're bullish? What do you mean cheaper than ADA? Like, do you mean by market cap, I guess? Because surely you don't mean by the actual valuation of it, in terms of its US dollar valuation. Yeah, I mean, there's some other ones, but we don't typically talk about ones that have super low market caps. I mean, I used to say nothing lower than $1 billion, but now that actually includes the top 100, because the entire asset class has exploded. Which is, I mean, it's interesting to see, to see even the top 100 are all above a $1 billion market capitalization now. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap it up. But thank you guys for tuning in. We just wanted to do a quick video. We'll see if ADA can close above this level. You can see it's come back down to $1.50. So this will be a pretty important daily close. So we have about 12 20, not quite 20 hours or something. So, well, you can see right here we have 19 hours and 9 minutes. So keep an eye on these daily candles, because if we start getting daily closes up here, maybe we'll finally get that run to $2. Okay, I mean that's what we all, I mean a lot of us would like. Ethereum, I mean I think ADA again is moving. Ethereum has settled down a little bit the last few days. Obviously Bitcoin is sort of just chilling again at 57K. But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'm gonna wrap it up here. I don't wanna keep the stream going for too long. But thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Check out the premium list, bull market sale. You can find a link to that in the description below. I will post the Telegram channel here again one last time if you guys want to join it. We also have another Telegram. We have a few Telegram channels. We also have Into the Crypto Cosm. If you guys want to go talk about microcaps, you can do it there. I'll put it here in the comments. And then also we have Into the NFT verse. So we're trying to talk more about NFTs soon. So check out that Telegram channel as well if you guys want to go talk about NFTs. If you're an artist, you can talk about your own NFTs. I don't care, right? Just go talk about NFTs. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.